Hello, everybody. Welcome to Facebook Live Wellness Wednesday Holistic Happy Hour. We're going to be inside today because there's some noise outside. And you guys get to see the sanctuary from where I recharge. And today I'm going to kind of wing it. Feeling like I just kind of want to wrap things up about our environment. So week 1, we talked about us being energy beings. Week 2, we talked about, hi Kim. Week 2, we talked about, let's see what we did here. Thoughts and brain patterning. And then last week we talked about foods and foods having an effect on our moods. So today I want to talk about environmental toxins, avoidable and unavoidable, okay? Because obviously there's toxins everywhere. And you might be asking what this has to do with frequencies. Well, chemicals do not supply our body with high vibrational frequencies. And as we've been discussing every week, we want to put in high vibrations, high frequency elements into our bodies so that we can function at our optimal state. So if we have environmental toxins, then guess what? We can't function at our highest state, our organs nor our brain. So I want to go over some environmental toxins and what they do, and the ones that we can avoid and the ones that we can avoid, and maybe what we can do to protect ourselves against the ones that we can't avoid. So there are obviously so many things that can negatively... Oh yeah, before I continue, I'm getting all this information from the book I wrote, which is Let Me Break It Down For You. I did all the scientific research, so I'm just here presenting the information for you. So there's lots of things that are affecting our environment that are toxic. Most things that we cannot see or think would be very harmful. Even though there are warning labels on many consumer products, we still choose to bring them into our house. So forget the fact of like babies crawling on the floor, or maybe you have pets and they're on the floor, and then, you know, pets always lick their paws. So think about what's happening, just even general everyday, like I have bleach on my floor. But what about it not, you know, you don't lick your feet, right? So, well, I hope not, but if you do, it's okay, but don't walk on bleached floors and then lick your feet. But even more so, it's the chemicals in the air that are actually going to go into our system, and guess what that's going to do? It's going to toxify our system, and if our system's toxified, it does not function optimally. So most people think that, and I'm going to keep saying this, and it's not conspiracy, but we have government agencies that are put in place for supposedly for our protection. One of them being the FDA. We discussed last week that there are 8 chemicals in our foods that are banned in over 100 countries. So you have to ask yourself, if they're banned in over 100 countries and they're allowed in our food supply, what other things are they putting on shelves that are very dangerous to our health? Well, as you guys know, bleach is very dangerous, right? Any kind of spray, Lysol, those types of things. Why do we use these products? Well, my theory is that maybe we're just unaware of what else does the job, right? You think mold, bacteria. I want to give you a little tip. You can go to the 99-cent store and you can get white vinegar for $1. And white vinegar, along with lemon juice, kills bacteria and mold. So I highly encourage you, instead of using those countertop cleaners or those floor cleaners that have toxic chemicals in them, I just want to encourage you guys to seek alternative solutions so that we can lessen the environmental toxins, right? Because like I said, there's ones that we can avoid and there's ones that we can't avoid. Well, the ones that we can avoid are the ones that we choose to purchase and allow into our homes. So I really want you guys to think a little bit harder about how we can use healthier products, because if we allow those chemicals into our homes, They permeate through our whole entire system, whether it's through our nose or through our skin. I'm going to talk about skincare as well, and hair, shampoo, stuff that goes to our scalp. Our skin is our largest organ in our body. It's the largest organ in our body. So, we do all these things for heart health, like we exercise, we do cardio. What kind of health are we doing for our skin? Think about that, right? Are we as conscious about the health of our skin as we are to the health of our heart? Because they're both organs that we should be really, really treating nicely. So, the avoidable household toxins. Let's talk about the avoidable ones first. We have full control over what we purchase into our homes and our body. So if you're going to think about the types of foods you want to eat, like you want to eat healthier, I would say it's equally as important to think about the things that you're putting on your skin, because as I call it, it's skin food, right? Our skin is absorbing everything that we put on it. So you don't need to get all these fancy schmancy, body lotions and scented with chemicals and stuff like that. You can simply just use raw coconut oil. Makes your skin really nice. You can shave with it. You can do all kinds. Well, it might clog up your razor, but you can do all kinds of things with coconut oil that you don't need harmful chemical products to put onto your skin. Same with your hair. Think about when you shampoo your hair. Where do you think that's going? That's going into your scalp. Well, that's pretty close to our brain. So if we're putting chemicals on our scalp that are going into our brain, what do you think's going to happen? What's right here that we talked about last week? Our pineal gland. Okay, so we want to keep this thing very, very, very safe. Our pineal gland is in charge of so many things that we're not aware of. One of the things I talked about last week is that it sets our circadian rhythm, which is our sleep cycle. So for those that are not sleeping very well, you have to ask yourself, could your pineal gland be calcified? Are there toxins in your body that are keeping you up at night? Is melatonin not being produced in your sleep? Because melatonin is produced when we sleep. So there's lots of factors that could be contributing to the reasons why you're not sleeping well. The first week we talked about Wi-Fi and removing your modem from your bedroom, or at least turning it off. I highly advise from midnight to 6 a.m. to set a timer and don't have your Wi-Fi on. And if you sleep with your cell phone next to you, put it in airplane mode. That's going to be the unavoidable toxins, the Wi-Fi and stuff like that. So we'll get that. So I want to talk about what is toxic in our home. Well, bleaches, air fresheners, almost all conventional cleaning products have been linked to so many health issues. They even had the Swiffer wet jet that was causing liver failure in dogs. Okay, these are chemicals that we're inviting into our home. These are chemicals that we don't even think are going into our body and affecting the functionality of our organs and our mind. Maybe we're not thinking, we can't focus. Why? So many factors. I'm always happy to give you guys a complimentary consult. So I really want you to take advantage of that. If you have any questions about your environment and things that you may not think will be happening in your environment, I'm really happy to go through those with you. So after this, I'll post a link about their free consult that you can have. What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for watching. Hi, Christine. Hi, Meredith. Hey, Marlon. So people generally know that these household products, let me break it down for you, that these household products are bad. But because they are on our shelves, it messes with our reasonings as to why we should not allow them near us. There's so many natural alternatives, such as essential oil-based products that are just as effective for cleaning and sterilizing and disinfecting. White vinegar, apple cider vinegar, and high percentage rubbing alcohol will kill just about any germ, bacteria, or mold. White vinegar mixed with concentrated lemon juice is my go-to for floors and other surfaces. You can put it in a spray bottle. You can use it on your countertops. Stop giving them our money. We're giving people money that are poisoning us. Knock it off. It's not necessary. And you're going to save a lot of money. You get to go to the dollar store and buy vinegar. It's super, super, super easy. Okay, so number one, get rid of those household toxins. Why? Because there's fumes and we're inhaling them and they're affecting our functionality. They're affecting our body. They're affecting our digestion. They're affecting our concentration. Look, I can't even concentrate. I don't even have Wi-Fi in my house, by the way. It's all hardwired. So that's a whole nother thing. I know it's so inconvenient, but so is getting sick. That's pretty inconvenient. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about skin food. So I have this little illustration here. As you can see, when you apply things to your skin, they get a little irritated, right? But you don't see it because it doesn't turn red. Just because your skin doesn't turn red doesn't mean you're not putting something on there that's irritating. So what goes into our body is just as important for our organs as what we put onto our body. So like I said, the skin is the biggest organ in our body. So I would imagine what goes onto it plays a big role in what gets absorbed into our body. There's a lot of inexpensive natural products, which I had mentioned, coconut oil, aloe vera plant, and I'm not talking about the green thing that you get in the store that has food coloring in it. I'm talking about just buying an aloe vera plant. Okay, you can use those for burns. There's no need to be going to CVS or the pharmacy and getting these over-counter medications. You don't need them. I don't know if some of you may know, but last summer I got a 3rd-degree burn on my whole entire leg. If you go to my website, letmebreakitdownforyou.com, or I just bought frequencyfund.com, which links to my website. But if you look under services, you'll see a picture of my leg when it got burnt. 3rd-degree burns. Did not go to the hospital, did not go to the doctor. Everybody told me that I was crazy. Everybody told me I was going to end up with a big scar. Well, let me tell you something. In less than 30 days, I cleared all redness, all of the nasty holes that were burned through my skin. I have no scar. None. Somebody on Facebook said that her sister'd been a nurse for 44 years and had never seen anything miraculously heal like that. Why did it happen? I'm not like bionic. I didn't like grow bionic skin. It happened because I used Mother Nature and I didn't use any chemicals. So if you burn yourself, I'm going to give you the things that I used. I used emu oil, manuka honey, and lavender oil. I dressed it 3 to 4 times a day, and I only cleaned it with filtered water. So that's another thing that I wanted to talk about was the unavoidable toxins. But before I go there, so I wanted to tell you that anything that happens to your skin or your body, you don't need to be buying these over-the-counter medications for it. There are things, you can Google it. There's health sites on Facebook. There's one called Heal Thyself Q&A. They have like 40,000 members. You can go on there and you can say, hey, this just happened to me. Do you guys have a natural remedy? I really, really highly encourage you guys to educate yourself and to look for that information because they're not going to supply it for you, okay? They don't make money off of us having information. They make money off of us buying their products. And I really, really want to stop giving these people that are poisoning us money. And I would love for you guys to jump on that page with me because if we stop buying their products, then they stop being able to poison us. Okay, so take control of your life. Get information. My book has a lot of information. So if you don't feel like Googling, you can just spend $20 and you can learn about all these toxins. Or you can call me for free. And you can schedule a consult and I'll be happy to talk to you. So, more information about dangers, pretty much anything we're not being publicly told about. There's also a documentary for just about anything. So there's information out there. If you don't feel like doing that, well, that's why I wrote the book. Or you can just take my word for it. So the environmental toxins, the unavoidable ones. What are the unavoidable environmental toxins? Well, unfortunately, stuff like our water supply. Okay, again, I'm not getting into any conspiracy theory, whatever, okay? But there is stuff in our water supply, and there's stuff in our soil, and there's stuff in our air, and there's stuff all in our environment that is toxic. So That's unavoidable, right? It's unavoidable because it's in our environment, and we need to be more aware of what's in our environment that we can't see and that we don't know of. So unavoidable toxins, toxins that enter the air, that enter our body tissues, cells, organ, and bloodstream. I have mentioned several times that our bodies are designed to fight anything off that comes our way. However, that is only if our systems are up and running, functioning properly. Due to stress and perhaps misuse of foods, drugs, and toxins, it is safe to say that our body is probably not operating at its full capability when it comes time to fight off toxic things that it encounters. As we learn a lot about manufactured products, they have added chemicals to fabrics that can be harmful to all living things. Items like couches, mattresses, upholstered furniture, and carpets. So again, these are almost impossible to avoid. We have carpet in our home, we have couches in our home, we have these things in our home. Most of them are manufactured with chemicals, and these chemicals go into our skin. So what do we do? How do we detoxify ourselves from these unavoidable toxins? Well, there's a couple of things. Hey guys, thanks for watching. There's a couple things that we can do. Protection from toxins. What can we do? Besides eating properly and reducing household chemical exposure, we can take supplements that will help flush out these toxins. I am a huge believer in diatomaceous earth and bentonite clay. Okay, make sure you get food grade. You can get it at Sprouts if you're on the West Coast. If you're on the East Coast, I'm not really sure what's equivalent to Sprouts, but there's stores that have more healthy products. I mean, you're not going to find it at like a Ralph's or an Albertsons or Vaughn's or something like that, but if you go to more of a health food store, you can even order it on Amazon. Diatomaceous earth food grade. Make sure you get food grade because they have diatomaceous earth that they use for pools to help clean pools, and they also have it to help keep pests away. That's also a non-toxic thing that you can use if you have ants or any type of pest problems. You can use diatomaceous earth. So it's going to be really, really safe for your environment and for your pets and babies or anything else that's crawling around your environment. These are all alternative things that you can use to help protect yourself from toxins that are in our environment. So bentonite clay. Now what it does is it bonds to toxins in your body. So it's kind of gross. It is clay. It's powder, but when you mix it with water, it turns to clay pretty fast. So if you don't drink it, you have like these chunks of clay and you're like, you probably want to spit it out, but don't, because when it goes into your body, what happens is that clay bonds to toxins, and then the toxins get absorbed into the clay instead of going through your whole entire system. So instead of these toxins going through your system, they bond to the clay, and then you pass the clay through your system during your daily movements, your bathroom movements. So bentonite clay and diatomaceous earth are the things that I highly recommend as ways to help clear out these toxins out of our body. So I want to talk about, they also remove heavy metal and environmental toxins. So bentonite clay. Also consider a liver support like milk thistle or selenium. So as you know, our liver works very, very hard to break down everything that enters our body, including toxins, right? So not only does it have to work through the foods and all that, but what about all these environmental toxins that are entering our body? Well, those also go through our liver. So if our liver is like working in overdrive and there's toxins in there, we've got to find a way to get those out. So milk thistle and selenium are two of the higher liver support things that will help keep it at its optimal performance. So there's so many things that we can avoid, but we have to try to add things to support our bodies while they are being involuntarily subjected to some of the toxins that we can't avoid. Toxins and low vibrational foods deplete nutrients, which for sure will make us very cranky and greatly reduce the functionality of the mind and body. So, what did we learn today? Today we learned that there's toxins that we can avoid and there are toxins that we cannot avoid. So for the ones that we can avoid, like just think of alternative alternative things to use, okay? I really want you to really consider removing those toxic chemicals from your environment, the ones that you purchase at the store, and find ways to replace your environment with more healthy things. You will thank me later. Your children and your pets will also be way happier. So I don't have too much to talk about today. I feel like I covered a lot in the prior 3 weeks. So you could probably check those videos out. I'm also going to be uploading them on a YouTube channel, which will be called Frequency Fun. I have my website, which has more information. You can go to frequencyfun.com. It's linked to my website that has the book. Let me break it down for you. So I would love to offer, I'm doing, if you haven't received it yet, I'm doing a 30-minute complimentary consult if you want to call me and talk about anything in your environment that you may be curious about, or just talk to me about things that you're like, hey, you know, like I think I'm doing all the right things, but something feels off. And we'll work together on trying to pinpoint what those things might be. So I will set that link up, but you can also find it on my website, frequencyfun.com. Go under services. Other ways to stay connected. You can, I'll be speaking Thursday night at Earth Elements in Encinitas. They're also carrying my book, but they're doing an Earth Day celebration, and they've asked me to speak about our beloved Mother Earth and all the wonderful frequencies that she provides. So I will be speaking there Thursday night, April 25th. But if you're not local and you want to stay connected, feel free, like I said, to go to my website and fill out a complimentary consult. There's a link to my calendar, and I'm happy to talk with you guys. Another way to stay connected, I have a Facebook page. Let me break it down for you. I have Instagram. Let me break it down for you. Book. And my book is also available on Amazon Kindle. And you can get the hard copy off Amazon too, or you can order it from me, be a little cheaper, save you on some fees. But I really wanted to thank you guys for tuning in, because it's called Wellness Wednesday Holistic Happy Hour. And if you tuned in, then it means that you definitely want to take steps towards your wellness, right? So that's number one. Having the desire to actually want to take steps towards your wellness is the very first and most important step that you can take. The second step is actually having information that's going to be helpful so that you can take those steps to have a more healthy environment. And the healthier that your environment is, the healthier that you're going to be. Remember that. Okay, you're in control of mostly what you allow into your environment. So the healthier those things are, the healthier you're going to be. The more you'll be able to function, the better that you're going to sleep, the more you'll be able to concentrate. All of those things that as we get older seem to be getting harder, but maybe it's because we have toxic buildup in our body that are preventing us from functioning the way that we need to have, you know, a higher quality of life. So remember, low vibrational things create low vibrational stuff in our body, leading to sickness and disease, leading to sadness and depression. High vibrational things lead us to higher vibrations in our well-being. So thank you so much for joining me on Wellness Wednesday Holistic Happy Hour. I hope that you got some little tidbits of valuable information. First and foremost, like I said, please know your environment. Please know what is surrounding you. Please know what you're choosing to put on your skin and in your mouth. Okay, those are the toxins that we do have full control over. But like I said, we do trust that because they're on the shelves for us to purchase that they're going to be safe, but they're not. They're not safe. So make sure you protect yourself. Stay informed. Get in touch with me if you have any questions. I'm happy to help you. I want us all to be able to live a happy, full life filled with abundance, filled with high vibrations, but we have to know what those high vibrations are and those high frequencies. So stay high, get on that high vibration, contact me if you have any questions or need any help. And I thank you again for joining me on Wellness Wednesday Holistic Happy Hour, and I will see you soon.